Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be discussing my best in beauty for 2008. Now I decided I want to split this into different categories: drugstore, high-end, and skincare. That way I can really talk about a lot of stuff and the video isn't like 3 hours long, you know? Now I love a good drugstore find, so be sure to tell me what your favorite drugstore products are down in the comments below. That way I can try some new things and anybody else who's watching this can, get exposed to some new products. So first off, I can't start this video without talking about my hair. I decided to spice it up again, a little cute short cut. I'm really loving it. So without any further ado, let's get to talking about primers. So I have 3 drugstore primers that I've been loving so far. Now this one has been a primer favorite of mine for a while. This is the e.l.f. HD Mattifying Balm, and when you open it up, it looks just like this. This is my second compact that I've used most of. Now, I don't have the little comes with like a little pad that you can just rub on and apply to your skin. I don't really have it, but I have used a beauty blender and that's how I just apply it. I don't use my fingers and rub it in. I find that you get the best results with this, and I believe this is like $6. So it's a great steal, and if you are very oily, it's just a great primer. It goes on, it's colorless, doesn't change the look of your makeup or make your face look pasty or anything like that. The next mattifying one that I love, which is kind of controversial because I know a lot of people might not like it, but it really works for me. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. It's shine controlling, pore minimizing, has a hydrating feel, and smooths the skin. I just use it for its mattifying effects in my T-zone, and it's been really nice, especially because it's super humid in Vermont in the summertime, and it was just like a godsend for me. So if you live somewhere where it's really, really humid, definitely try this out. Or maybe you're just like super oily in general, you might really like this. So the next primer that I really like came out this year. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business. It's their skin smoothing primer. So they have, I think, like 3 or 4 that came out in this line, but this one's my favorite, especially if you just have like textured areas or you want to like fill in any pores. This is a really, really great primer for that. Also supposed to have a long lasting weightless feel, and it's supposed to extend the wear of your makeup, which I definitely think is true. Obviously different primers work for different people, so I'm not going to say this works for everybody, but I say definitely give it a shot if you're looking for a smoothing primer. All right, so let's move on to foundation. So it's really hard for me, but I had to whittle it down to 3 foundations that I like, and I decided to whittle it down to foundations that I've tried this year, because otherwise we'll be sitting here talking for like 45 minutes about foundations, and I really want to keep this as succinct as possible for you guys. Okay, so one of my favorites, this one is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. This came out this year, I think probably like May or June-ish, and I do believe they have 40 shades. I want to say it's 40 shades, either 30 or 40. But I'm in the shade D50, and I also kind of go down to D40 as well when I am a little bit more lighter, especially this winter coming up. What I love about this foundation is that obviously, number one, it's matte. It is transfer proof. You really don't get oily as long as you combine this with an oil controlling primer, minimal touch-ups. If you have smile lines, this is not gonna separate on your smile lines. And honestly, it's like a drugstore price, but I feel like it has the performance of a high-end foundation. It doesn't irritate my sensitive skin, which is huge for me because I can't use a lot of drugstore foundations because of that reason. My skin is super sensitive. I will break out like nobody's business. And honestly, this has like a your skin but better feel. I know a lot of you guys have tried this before. If you love this foundation, please comment down below and say what you love about it, because I really want to encourage as many people as possible to try it. I know that some that do have dry skin have said that they don't like it, so it's probably more for like oily combination to super oily types, but This is so good. The next one that I love, this is from NYX. I mean, come on, the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I did a review of this foundation if you want to see more detailed thoughts on it. I also did a get ready with me using this one, and I love, like, the first thing that I love about it is that there are so many different types of shades that I could honestly bounce between like 3 to 4 different shades without looking crazy. And that never happens to me. Like, I never get that opportunity. Now, the shade that I'm currently using is called Sienna. And sometimes I mix Sienna and Mocha when I'm a little bit darker. And then right now I'm just using Sienna. But I have like 6 different shades. And honestly, I could use them all. I mean, you know, combining them or anything. So I love that it has that versatility. I love the price tag. It's a $15 foundation. It is a matte foundation. I just want to let you know. It also does not transfer, which I do have to say, now that I live in the Northeast, that's such a big deal. I never thought when I was in California, like, who cares? Transfer proof. Just don't hug anybody, you know? But wearing all your winter gear, you know, you don't want stuff to get on your shirt, your clothes. You know, it makes a world of a difference. That's all I'm gonna say. This is just super smooth. Again, it doesn't even settle in your smile lines if you have them. Just bomb.com. So another one that I really, really like, this is from Maybelline. This is the Super Stay 24-Hour Foundation. It's really great if you go to work all day, you go to school all day, you want something that's gonna last without having to touch it up. Now this, I'm telling you, you look like you are almost like photoshopped. Like, I don't know what kind of properties this has. I mean, it does say that it's supposed to last up to 24 hours. It's full coverage, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant, which is what I love. And it's also oil free. I think Maybelline did the damn thing with this one. And I'm really happy to see that these shades are similar to what they have in their other Maybelline foundations. So if you know what your shades are in like the Maybelline, the Dewy and Smooth, all that kind of stuff, you can just kind of like hop on over to the next shade in the Super Stay. So I have this one 355 in Coconut, and I also have 356 in Warm Coconut. I think this one is probably a better match for me, but it's just a great foundation all around. It's not as great for preventing oil. You'll definitely need to touch up, but like I'm saying, it has that really crazy like photoshopped finish. So if you really want a true, you know, full coverage, like just kind of like super glam look, this is it for you. Okay, so let's move on to concealer. Now, I only have 2 drugstore concealers, and when I say drugstore, I want to emphasize I'm also considering products that you can find in the Ulta drugstore section as drugstore, because I feel like they're there, so you can get them there as well. Now, the first one that I want to say is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is a more like mattifying concealer. This is something that I use in the spring, in the summer, in the early fall months. I don't so much use it in the winter because where I live, it's super, super dry, and this can kind of make my under eyes look very cakey. But honestly, like if I was on the West Coast or something like that, then it wouldn't even matter. I'm just letting you guys know because my skin is very picky and sensitive and responds weirdly depending on the weather conditions. But this is awesome. This does not crease. It's really affordable. The shade that I have here is C13. You know, they are working on expanding their shades. They're not the best. I wish they had more. There's always more shades that you can add, especially for concealers, but I really like this. I love the applicator here. It's nice and big. I can cover all those areas very quickly because sometimes you're getting ready in a rush and you don't have time to mess with a small itty bitty little applicator, you know? Now next up, this is also a really, really great everyday medium coverage concealer. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Treatment, and this shade here is Tan. Now I also did a more in-depth video and I swatched about 3 shades that I could get my hands on, and Tan is my shade. Now I have like pretty dark circles, but they're not huge, they're not hereditary. I just don't get a lot of sleep. But you know, this is like a medium coverage for me. Like when I put this on, you can still see it, but it's really great for like an everyday makeup. If that's what you like to wear, you know, you don't want something that looks super full coverage, or maybe you have a medium coverage foundation and you want something that has the same kind of coverage to match it. You know what I mean? Because it can look kind of strange, a medium coverage foundation with a full coverage concealer. Sometimes it looks weird. So I highly suggest this. It's affordable if you can get it. The only thing that I don't like is their applicator. I just feel like I really like the doe foot applicators, but you know, it will suffice. And I really like the shade range that they have, but I would encourage more shades. I love seeing more shades always. Okay, so as far as face powder, I am very, very, very picky. And I only use one kind of face powder from the drugstore, and that is the Maybelline Fit Me. Now I actually use two shades, the shade Dark 35 right here and Dark 40. So I use 35 in the center of my face to set any place where I've put concealer to just kind of highlight, and then I use 40 around the perimeter of my face to kind of give it more of a bronze, darkened look. And these, I feel like they're just one of the best powders. I have a lot of setting powders, and in this price category, these are amazing. They just set everything without making them look dry, without making them look cakey. If you like to bake, you can bake with them and they'll look amazing. I just can't say enough good things, and this is the second year that they've been my favorites, so I feel like they're just timeless. Like you can't go wrong with these setting powders. As far as cream contour products, I only have one that I really, really, really mess with, like that, you know what I mean? This is the Milani, it's a whole long name, Contour and Highlight Cream and Liquid Duo. Now what I really love here is the cream contour right here. This is how much I have left. This is probably like my second year, but I really, really love this. I feel like on my skin tone, it creates the most beautiful, natural contour without looking too dark, without looking ashy, without looking too warm. It's fabulous. Now on the other side here is a highlighting product, and I don't use this as much as I really want to, but it is quite lovely. I'm just gonna show you right there. So especially if you have deeper skin, this is gonna look gorgeous on you. It just blends out and it's so nice. It's like this really iridescent bronze like yumminess. And as you guys know, I love to layer my highlights. Liquid and then powder on top gives you the best look. To what I did today, that kind of like it's just scrumptious, you know what I mean? Now, speaking of liquid highlights, I have two favorites from the drugstore, and they are both by the same company. This is the e.l.f. Power Glow Highlighter. So the first shade that I have here is called Gold, and this shade is really similar to Trophy Wife by Fenty Beauty. It's that same shade, and you actually should probably shake it up because the longer you have it, the ingredients do settle. And you should just, it has a little pump right here, and as you can see, it's a beautiful gold shade, and I'm just going to smooth it out like this so you can see. Very, very vibrant, but it looks so beautiful on deep skin tones. My gosh, like you're gonna love it. And it does blend out really nicely. You can choose how much you want to blend it out. Let me just show you a little bit what it looks like now. So it doesn't have to be quite as intense, but it does look very lovely, and it layers really, really well. Like I said, like Trophy Wife on top of this is just so beautiful. So the next one that I have here is Rose Gold, and it's just as it says, it's a rose gold shade. Now putting it on this side, I want to show you guys so you can compare both shades. Honestly, I think if you're like my skin tone or even deeper, both shades could look even more lovely, but this is the rose gold and then this is the gold. So like I said, I could blend it out a bit more, but it's just both of them really, really nice. I would use the rose gold for more rose gold powder highlights. It's a really good base for that, and the gold for any champagne / gold highlighters. Okay, so let's move on to powder highlights, one of my favorite things to talk about. Now, I had to whittle it down to 2 singular highlights. And what I mean by singular, those that are just one highlight in a compact. Now, the first one is a more subtle highlight. This one is from Milani. This is their strobelight series. The shade that I have here is number 4. It comes pressed in this beautiful, beautiful design. Now, when you go ahead and you swatch it, it's definitely like more of a golden. You see how like subtle that is? Now you can definitely build it up, add a little bit more. There it is. So it's up to you as far as how you prefer your highlight to be, whether you like it to be more subtle or more vibrant. You can also apply it with a wet brush using setting spray, stuff like that, but it is a really beautiful highlight, especially for those of you guys that want to wear highlight to work or school, but you work or go to school in a more conservative area, you know, of business or education, and you just can't wear a blinding highlight, then this is a really great one. Okay, so if you are all about that bling bling, honey, then this one, the Maybelline Master Chrome, is a favorite of so many, and that's because it really delivers on its results. This is the original shade Molten Gold. I haven't tried, I know there's like a pink one and then more of an icy kind of one, but this one's my favorite. And honey, when I swatch this, okay, she really is there. I love to apply this, like I will wet my face down with some setting spray, wait till the setting spray is almost dry, and then I will go in with my highlighting brush, and it really makes this like super pop on the cheekbones. I really love the reflex of like a white gold in here, even though this is more of a like, you know, general golden, there's like little small pigments of like white gold in here, and it is just it's so pretty. I never get tired of it, honestly, but I do have to be in the mood to really have that like blinding highlight look, because personally I don't feel like there's a way to apply this when it's like super toned down, but it is really, really beautiful, especially on deeper skin tones. Okay, so let's get into blush and highlight palettes. Now I have 2 here. I'm a huge lover of Profusion Cosmetics. You can get them at Target, online, in stores. They're super affordable, and I feel like the quality is like top notch with their stuff. It's amazing. So this one is the Blush and Glow number 2 highlighting palette. First of all, let's all appreciate the holographic in this. And then when you open it up, you have 2 blush shades. This one is more of a peach with a bit of shimmer, and this one is a like deep pink type of color. And then you have 3 different highlights here: Hype, Passion, and Elated. So let me swatch these and show you guys how they look like on my skin tone. Okay, so I went very lightly with these highlighter shades, as you can see right here. Keep in mind you can always build those up if you want to. Now right over here, that deep shade right here, this is the deeper pink shade. It's called Lovejoy. And then on the bottom right here is Sparks. Honestly, I would use Sparks as a light blush topper on top of a deeper shade. So maybe I would mix this one and this one right here. It looks really, really beautiful. I don't know, I'm like scared that it's a bit too light for me, but overall the palette is just, it's lovely. I don't remember the price off the top of my head, but I will find that out for you guys. So the next one that I love is, well, I'm considering it as drugstore because you can find it in the drugstore section at Ulta. So it's not strictly drugstore, but technically yes. Now, I love Juvia's Place, the Saharan Blush Palette, Volume 1. So you have all of these beautiful different blush shades. Now these also double as eyeshadow shades if you want to use them there. And you have 2 different highlighter shades right here. I'm going to be back. I'm going to show you guys some swatches so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so these are the swatches on my hand. Let's see. We'll start here. Here we have Lila, then Neo in the middle, then Zara, Then over here we have the deeper shade Abby or Abby. Then on the bottom here, this orange shade is Toby, and then Zane. Okay, so these are really, really pigmented. Obviously, I'm using a lot of color here because I want you to see what the true color looks like. Literally, you only need like one dab. Juvia's Place does not play. They really come through with that pigment, but I think that this is a type of palette, because it's so pigmented, it's gonna last you a really long time because you really only need to like touch it just a little bit and then you're good to go. All right, so as far as eyeshadow palettes, like the last year, I haven't been really super duper into drugstore eyeshadow. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys, but I do love, again, Profusion Cosmetics. This is their Siennas palette. Let me open it up for you guys. If you guys love warm tones, this is the palette. I believe it's like $9.99. You can get it at Target, again, on stores, or in stores, online. And it just has all of the classic, like, everyday shades. You guys, these shades have the pigment there. If you're looking for a good yellow shade, this one right here is the business, okay? So I really do love this. Sienna's is a super bomb palette. I never get tired of it because I love warm shades. They just look the best on my skin tone. I wish I could wear cooler shades, but sometimes it just makes me look like I'm sick. No offense, but they just don't work on my face, or my undertone, my skin type, you know, that kind of stuff. Another one I love here is the It's My Ray Ray BH Cosmetics palette. You can get this at Ulta, also the BH store, but you know, at Ulta. Now, what I love about this is an eyeshadow palette. It has a mirror, and it also has 3 different highlight shades and 3 different contour shades. And I really feel like Ray did the damn thing. Now, I managed to keep my plastic cover that goes on the bottom of the contour part, just because there is a lot of kickback from this palette, but that doesn't mean that it isn't an incredible palette. So as long as you get over the kickback and it being messy, it can really be awesome. I kept the cover for this part as well for a long time, and then I lost it. So this one is still hanging in there, but I really, really advise that you guys check this one out. I believe it's like $22, but you can get a discount, like sometimes when Ulta does their holiday discounts and stuff, especially after Christmas. You might want to check and see if they have any good deals on this one. All right, so now let's get into some eyeliners that I've been loving from the drugstore as well. The first one is from Pixie Beauty. This is from their collab with Weili Huang, and this is the Black Liner Duo. So on this side, it has a black, like pencil kohl type of liner, and it's really, really beautiful, especially when it's smudged either on the bottom or the top lash line. It looks brilliant. And then on the other side right here, we have a really thin, beautiful tip liner, and you can get as precise as you want with, see that itty bitty line right there, or you can make it more dramatic like this, so you can really create that really defined wing that you want. And it's super, super black. I love it. Just like, I want that black that's like as black as your soul type of black, you know what I mean? I really like that pigmented black look. So this is an amazing liner. Now the next liner that I really love is from Essence. It's called the Rock and Doll Duo Stylus Eyeliner Pen. This is a little bit different. It has a ball shape, if you can see right here. Now you won't be able to create a precise wing with this, but especially for those days that I just want eyeliner without a wing, when you go ahead and apply it, it is super black as well and just looks really, really nice and clean on the lid. And I'm not sure about the price of either of these, but again, I'll find those out for you guys, and there will be links in the description box if you're interested. Now let's talk about lashes. So from the drugstore, I really only mess with like just a couple lashes. The first one is the Salon Perfect Demi Wispy Lashes, which I'm out of right now, but they are incredible. You can get them at Walmart. They're just really cheap, affordable. I believe you get like 5 or 6 pairs in like one little pack. Really good everyday wispy lash. Now another really good wispy lash is this one. It looks a little bit ratchet right now, but this is the Kiss Look So Natural Effect lashes. These are really nice. I'm wearing them right now. In person, they're like the perfect touch of wispy and natural without overdoing it. So if you don't like really heavy dramatic lash looks, then you're really gonna like this one. I believe I got this at Walmart. I want to say it's at Walmart. This is the Poise style. I mean, I'll find out the prices for you guys, but it's really nice. You can wear them multiple times. This is my second pair that I'm wearing, and like I said, they look really natural, just as if I had really long lashes naturally, which that's the look I'm trying to get, you know what I mean? All right, so let's talk about setting sprays. The first one that I have here, this is from Milani. This is their Make It Dewy setting spray. It's just one that I love, especially during the winter time, to really make your makeup not look oily, but kind of like how I'm wearing it right now, like it looks skin-like and not too matte. I also have a great one. This is the CoverGirl Look Lock Up one, and this is an all-day setting mist. It's supposed to lock in your makeup, and I believe that it also has a little bit of that luminosity kind of quality to the setting spray. So it's not exactly mattifying, but it does make it look luminous. So this next one is really good if you have dry skin or you're living in a particularly dry environment right now. This is the Pixie Glow Mist. I honestly even use this without any makeup, like just when I'm barefaced and I know I'm gonna go outside and it's really cold and dry outside, and I just spritz this on my face. It makes your face just glow. So I imagine if you have dry skin, this is gonna make your face look amazing. Now let me see, it does have 21 natural oils plus propolis. It also has aloe vera and fruit extracts, so it's really, really great for your skin. Now it's time to talk about some lip products. And when I looked in my drugstore lippy drawer, it was really overwhelming, so I decided to just pull out 3 different types of lip products, and I'm more speaking to the entire range of these lip products. So first of all, I want to talk about the CoverGirl Melting Pout line. I love these lip glosses. I love the applicator. This shade is Celebrity, and it's a really, really beautiful shade, especially if you like nudes. It's just really beautiful, especially if you want to. You can combine it with a brown liner. Looks just beautiful. I love the whole entire line. This is probably my favorite shade, but it's a incredibly great drugstore lip gloss, and it's affordable, and I'm really surprised. I didn't expect this from CoverGirl. I've never really gravitated to their lip products before, so when I found this one, I was like, hell yeah. The next one is from NYX. I love their Butter Gloss line. Like, this is just, it's the most beautiful gloss ever. And the shade that I have here is Praline, another nude color, because let's face it, I love nudes. Try to get away from them, but I love them. And it's a very similar shade to Celebrity, but this is a little bit less opaque than Celebrity as well, but just goes amazing on top of any lip gloss, any lip liner, whatever lip combo you choose to combine it with. It looks exceptional. And I know a lot of people know this about Praline, but the whole entire Butter Gloss line is incredible, so you can't really go wrong with this one. Now I want to talk about the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Formula. Girl, if you really love liquid lipsticks, like, these will go on and they won't go off. Like, you'll have some trouble removing them, but honestly, they won't crack on you, they won't fade on you. You could eat a burrito, it's still gonna look good the next day. Let me just swatch this for you. this shade right here, this is the shade Voyager. Definitely a really sultry, like vampy shade right here. Beautiful, beautiful red. Especially, I like to combine this with, it's not a drugstore, but MAC Night Moth. They look really, really, really nice together. All right, so I would love to hear from you what drugstore products you've been loving this year. What are some of your favorites? And even maybe what you tried and what you didn't like. As always, don't forget to check out some of my videos from last year. There are still some amazing, amazing products that you probably haven't heard of, haven't tried, that were my favorites from last year. They're right next to me. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.